I've had the popular off-white industrial belt for about 2 years now, and today we review it and see if it's still relevant in 2021. Let's get into the video. This video is sponsored by the good people over at Addict, the fastest iOS bot. Check them out on Instagram and sign up for their next restock. The off-white industrial belt is potentially the most well-recognized and popular item the brand has ever made. The yellow and black version is the most classic iteration of the belt and features off-white branding as well as red stitching down the middle. This belt has been seen on celebrities both inside and outside of Virgil Abloh's direct circle, from Little Uzi Vert to Tan France. This particular off-white industrial belt retailed for a price of $225 USD, but can be frequently found under retail in places such as StockX. And this might also be a good time to remind you guys that there are a variety of colors of the off-white industrial belt, and not all of them are also with this nylon band. There's also like these translucent rubber, which I think is pretty cool, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of other options that might tickle your fancy. I believe the off-white belt released sometime in 2017, and by that time it was a hugely anticipated release. It was definitely a bit of an unorthodox way of wearing a belt, because most people were used to wearing, just a black leather belt, around the hips and the waist to try and keep up your pair of pants. So when people saw a huge 2-meter long piece of nylon fabric resembling some police caution tape that hangs so low it almost drags onto the floor, people were a bit doubtful on if this belt would become a mainstream staple in fashion. But boy oh boy were we wrong. We did not anticipate the immense amount of popularity that this belt had, and what a bold statement that it brought to streetwear and high fashion outfits. Looking more into the belt itself, it wouldn't be a proper review if I didn't break it down. The belt measures at a whopping 2 meters tall, so you'll have to do a lot of wrapping if you're short. And this standard version of the belt is 3.5 centimeters wide. There are also mini versions of this belt where it's a bit thinner, so it's all personal preference on what you would like. This belt is meant to have an industrial look, hence the name itself. It features a bright yellow nylon banding with off-white branding in black running down the length of the belt with some added detailing, which I really like. There's a TM Will 5,400 pounds weight securing system. It's plastered all across the length of the belt, adds some detail, adds that industrial look, and yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. There's nothing more that you can fault from it. Now, Off-White isn't just your normal streetwear brand. It's a high-end brand, so you can expect some top-notch quality, and it does feature some incredibly heavy metal duty buckles, coated in frosted matte black. This same material can be found on the tip of the belt, adding some weight onto the end. Now, I've had this belt for almost 2 years now. I ordered it sometime early in 2019, and from what I can tell you, there's been a lot of pros and there's been a lot of cons. And as for the pros, obviously you can't really fault this belt because it does do what it's advertised to do, which is hold up your pants and add some flair to your outfit. So, it gets a pass on that. If it did fail that test, I would be pretty concerned. But for cons, I do have some major cons, which is the fact that the way it's worn and the way that you have to wrap the belt, it made it very difficult to unwrap the belt whenever you needed to hit the toilet, which may be a deal breaker for some people once they do experience that struggle. The next thing is, even though it's built very well, it's extremely easy to scratch off the matte black coating on the buckle itself, which is sort of disappointing when you expect premium quality when you pay such a premium price on the belt itself. Obviously, all in all, it's decent with the condition, but there's a lot of like fraying and there's a lot of matte black coating that's missing from it, which is sort of a deal breaker probably, but it is what it is. Now, the big question of this video is if the off-white belt is still relevant in 2021, and the answer is a resounding it depends. And let me elaborate on that. It depends on if this belt is something that you like and will appreciate wearing, because a belt being relevant or not shouldn't dictate on how you feel about it and if it's something that you would enjoy to wear. But without a doubt, I've noticed that the hype surrounding the belt has severely decreased from the golden days of when everyone was hugely anticipating the release of the belt and everyone was talking about it and wearing it back in around the years of 2017 to 2019. Ever since then, I noticed that the hype has died down. down, which is basically what brought me to make this video, because I know that the off-white belt is still a huge topic, and you know, my videos that I made in the past have gotten bare amounts of views. So if you guys want to learn how to wear your off-white belts or any off-white belt reviews, I'll have them linked up into the item card or linked down in the description below. Make sure to go and check those out. Some of the most successful you know, videos of my channel, so go and check those out. I do think that the majority of the average people out there would not want to drop 250 USD on a belt. I think that that's sort of ridiculous, and especially since it doesn't do anything but just give you like that bit of swag factor and bold statement and flair into your streetwear outfits. There's only a specific type of hype beast and, you know, high-end fashion designer freak out there that would definitely appreciate what the belt has to offer. Before we wrap up the video with my final verdict, I would like to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video, Addict. Addict is the fastest and most reliable iOS bot, and they support over 85 sites, including Adidas, Supreme, Yeezy, Undefeated, Kith, Bape, and many more. Addict very rarely restock, and when they do, they sell it almost immediately. So for the best chances at securing your copy of Addict, make sure to sign up at addict.io to get an instant notification on when they restock. They will only have a certain amount of copies before the bot will sell out, so make sure to get in quick. Addict's technology is the most advanced for any iOS bot. They update the bot regularly to keep it running smoothly, as well as adding new features. They've got some big things in store for the start of 2021, with tons of huge new updates coming, as well as new foot sites, new models to increase success, and a few big surprises coming free for all users. Make sure to check out Addict down in the link in the description below, and without further ado, let's get into the video. For the final verdict, I do have mixed feelings about the belt. My mindset has changed significantly from the time that I bought the belt, and me spending close to around 300 Australian dollars, I'm kind of shaking my head. But you know, this belt has made some pretty good content on my channel, so you know, no complaints over there. I do like the bold statement, but I don't really like the price, because obviously it is pretty expensive for just a belt. It's not like, you know, got some crazy, you know, high-end fashion fabric materials. It's basically just nylon. You're really just paying for the brand and the image with it. I do see it as a staple for, like, you know, Off-White, because this is so iconic with the brand of Off-White. You see this related heavily when people talk about Off-White and the products that are aligned with the brand. But it all comes down to personal preference on what you prefer, you know, if you like the belt or not. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed and learned something new. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and also follow Addict as well. I have them linked down below, and make sure to sign up for their restocks. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time in another video. Take care. Peace out.